That's what I want to go through with the chat today. I wanted to look at some of these takes with people, and I wanted to go through and statistically like see what do we actually feel about some of these, bro. Because I seen on Twitter a couple people going crazy. This thing is going crazy so far today. Real Madrid will break apart after the arrival of Mbappe due to ego issues in the dressing room. I will tell you this because I know he's a Barcelona fan, right? I'll tell you this. I don't think Real Madrid is the place where an ego can get in trouble because I think all these guys are so fucking popular, like so like best in their position almost type of vibe. Like they all kind of hold each other accountable. Also, I think there's no way Mbappe would go and like disrespect players like I mean, who we want to point out, Kroos, Mudryk, like top tier guys like that. No way. Um the question mark with them is going to be what do you guys see as the way they're lining up next year? Like, is this a situation where they stay 4-4-2 and is going to be Mbappe and Vinny and Rodrigo's going to hit the bench, or you think they're going to go just 4-3-3 and then, or something like that and play kind of Jude or like a 4-2-3-1? You know what I'm saying? That's the real question. Because to be honest, a year ago, you might have said Rodrigo's getting benched. But the way Rodrigo's played this season, I don't know if you can do that. So I think you're probably going to end up playing Mbappe central, which as good as he is central, I love him on the left. I think on the left he's insane. But I think you can't. Listen, if any coach can do this, it's Ancelotti. That's what I mean, but that's why I don't agree with that take. But I understand the ego of it all. That's why Real needs to renew contract with players like Luka. Well, didn't you see that they were gonna resign? I saw something of Fabrizio tweeting about the parade and like how Luka and Cruz were like getting chance to resign. Essentially, they were wrote, bro. Also, chat. Can you guys believe? Right here, I'll move the chat down here to a little bit. Bro, listen to this, man. Endrick is joining Madrid. Okay, I believe Arda Güler this season has like played 3 games and has scored 3 goals or some shit. No, Endrick just scored. I mean, it wasn't a great goal, but he just scored against England and they won that game 1-0. I don't know this actual stats on what he's doing this season, but 90 minutes goal. This one he didn't score. Like, and how old is this guy? He's 19. You think he's gonna go on loan to Arsenal next year like Odegaard? We'll realize Mbappe has been overrated. Okay. This is also additionally to the second one. Boys, what do we mean by overrated? Because like right now, I'm going to tell you this. There's a couple people in the chat and I'll tell you how to chat. I would say in the entire Twitch chat right now, no matter what you believe, you probably have Mbappe in your top 5 with active players and he's probably been in your top 5 for a few years. He's my number 1. I think he's the best player in the world. But some people think Haaland's the best. Some people think like maybe some Cristiano fans have Ronaldo at number 1 right now. Some Messi fans still have Messi at number 1, or you could throw in another player or two here and there. But like I would assume he's in most people's top 5. Vinny's like, Vinny's leading the Ballon right now with how that's going. If you still offered me in my football club Mbappe or Vinny, this is how I dissect who's the best. I would take Mbappe. If there was no money, no anything considered. If I'm starting a football club, like I would take him in an instant. Because I think he's the most dangerous player you could get up top. Neymar is the most overrated footballer ever. All right. Number 3. In terms of what, though? Codex. All right, Codex is in the stream. Codex, explain yourself. Because Neymar is one of the most undefendable players we've ever seen. You're not backing down. So what do you think he was previously overrated as? Because I agree that his career fall off is sad, but it's even like there's times where like when I was watching a Brazil Uruguay, right, and I watched that first half, like I know he had a 6-2, but like, bro, the way that this whole entire Brazilian team relies on the guy, man, it's like he's not even top 50 Brazilian ever, bro. Really? I mean, for him, dude, it's always the what if because of the injuries, right? For Neymar, that's what it's down to, guys. It's always about the injuries. Bale is clear of Neymar, and people need to accept it. Okay. Bale is more accomplished than Neymar in his career. As a footballer, Neymar is more talented, in my opinion. Did Bale also probably come to the big stage with, we could talk about, look at some of the crazy-ass goals he scored in his career, for sure. So, you would take that any day of the week. You feel like Neymar was elite for only 3 to 4 years. I'll tell you this: Neymar, when he was playing at Santos, was one of my probably my most one of my top players I ever. Dude, this was back when I was like, I don't even know how old I was. I might have been like, I think I was in middle school. Dude, I was going on the before Reddit soccer streams era. Like, this is before Reddit soccer streams were even a thing. Dude, I was going on and just trying to find Brazilian League every single time these guys were playing, man. Every time I had to try to watch this, dude. They were always at like 9:30 p.m. too. My laptop's about to explode from like 40 illegal ads, man, just trying to watch Neymar. Crazy. That season or two, oh my God. Yeah, the Santos Puskas goal. I don't know. I mean, if you're a statistic merchant, he produced in his career. I feel like that's just goals. I mean, they're not even detailing assists here. But yeah, I mean, obviously injuries. It's actually crazy to me that I feel like Neymar I feel like he's probably like 36. You admitted to watching illegal streams at FBI. Stop. But I feel like he's like 37 at this point. The crazy part is he's only 32. And he went to Saudi at what age? That's the part of Neymar's career that I fucking hate. I hate that he went to Saudi. I understand it, but, you know, bro is gambling on his child's birthday now. He's playing, you know, he sold out, went to Saudi. I felt like he wasted a lot of time at PSG as well. Bro's prime was at the buffet. All right, Codex, man. I don't know what's the narrative, man. Like, I'm trying to think. Codex, you like Atletico Madrid and Spurs. Why the f do you hate Neymar so much? What's wrong with you? No, but I agree with the fall off. I don't know if I would say he's an overrated footballer because I think Neymar is insane. But I agree with the fall off his career. Pikelme says Arsenal will be the leading force in the Prem starting next year. I agree with this take. And I fucking hate that I agree with it. I agree with that take. I agree. I think Arsenal is going to be starting to take over very soon. I think we're going to see it. I think Pep is also going to be in the end of his stint with City. I think he's going to leave soon. Next season or two. Regardless of what happens this year, I think he's going to be out the door soon. We'll see. You say this every time. Nah, but listen, man. What they've done this season has been very impressive. They're going to keep almost everyone in the team, correct? Jamato, you don't agree. Now then. Okay. Now then. We have disagreements here. Jamato, who do you see then? Who you think it's still going to be City? Or are you going to come to me with some narrative about like Chelsea? We're going to have Adam Sting in here tell me that Mudryk is going to be leading the torch. You think it's still going to be City? City and Spurs. Spurs. I can't get behind that because the reason I'm more willing to get these are controversial takes that we think could be true. I'm feeling like this take could be true because they proved to us this year that they can hang out at the top. And right now they're doing it under pressure as well. They're getting results under pressure. This out of the first couple takes is the better take I've seen. Okay. Spurs the manager will win the Prem with Okay, Jamato's up next. So, he thinks Spurs is going to win the Prem. The question with Spurs is this. Okay, this is the question with this team. Okay, I understand because I do like Spurs as well, but there has to be a level of realism here, right? Okay, because this team had a little bit of a false sense of, I think because James Maddison was playing at the time in the beginning of the season of like a top 20 player in the world, top 5 in his position. Dude, man, can this team win the Premier League? You know, Jamato, it's gonna take. You said a few years, right? You're alluding to the. I said a few years. You said he's going to win, but the question is, bro, I think it's gonna have to be a different roster, a different squad to win it. Personally, the injuries they have now, it's impossible. But do you guys feel like if we even went back to Spurs in the beginning of the season, we could go all the way back, right? You know, when they were top of the league at the beginning of the season this year. I just don't know, man. Is this a league-winning squad? They do like rebuild time. Well, I don't know if it's rebuild time. I don't think they got to rebuild because I do think they have some good players, but it's like, good morning, sir. I think that we should go actually to the Chelsea game. Chelsea, man, this game was crazy. Bro, Jackson. I don't know, bro. Jackson kills me, bro. Let's look at Klopp year one. No, I'll tell you this, manager-wise, I actually think he's a great manager. I like him. I have nothing against him. I just don't know. Because, like, I'm worried, like, you look at Arsenal, what they're building right now, right? That team is so young. City is always going to be up there. The day City don't get top 3, I don't know what's happened. They must have not bought any more players and they lost the whole team, or every single player got injured, right? So that's two already that I think is going to be at the top two for definitely the next couple years. Liverpool is going to be an interesting one because I think a lot of the players have been going there and staying there for the manager. So that's going to be an interesting one. Will they be as relevant? It's an interesting one. Liverpool is so interesting because it's like, is Salah going to stay, right? And we're not even talking next season. We're talking in a few. Well, he's going to be older, but even Virgil, Virgil's a huge part of why they've been winning so much. Because I could see Salah going off to Saudi or something. It's not going to be. I don't think it's going to be very promising going forward for those guys. Wait. Tune back in top 4 next season. Tonali back. Few signings. Keep Isak. Watch Arsenal cry. Happy days. Newcastle stock. Okay, we got bits coming in about Mirage has Newcastle stock up. Newcastle stock up. Keep Isak. Watch Arsenal cry. Bro, Isak is a baller. Hopefully Twitch chat knows more than lawyers for the Premier League. Oh my God, here we go with the lawyers, bro. I can't with you guys, man. Box Blaze, how's it going, guys? Tanton, how's it going? MC, how's it going? Tonali will be suspended again. Bro got caught on a 7th burner doing another parlay. Bro, but it's crazy. Like I say this, I'm very against gambling and all this shit, but they lifetime banned this dude in the NBA, right? Because he was betting on his own games. And then we got other people in the NBA that literally beat up women and they give 1-year bans to, bro. Brother, I am not one to sit here and say, hey, I'm gonna take. Listen, guys, I already told you guys. I said no to multiple 6-figure yearly deals for DraftKings, all these things, right? Because I don't want to shove it down your throat. It doesn't make me a better man, but I hate it. I don't think it's appropriate, man. And so for these guys, I know he's match fixing in his own game to get a lifetime ban in NBA, and then I look at it. I think beating up women is exponentially 50, 100, 300 unexcusable times over worse than that, which is why I'm damn, dude, it's a little situations like that are especially, well, that's NBA, that's not even football. Ten Hag will win a UCL. Ten Hag will win a UCL. All right, so this take from Haber, this is an interesting one. Now I'm gonna give you guys backstory because some of these takes I know these guys. Haber is a Manchester United fan. All right. Listen, Manchester United are not winning the UCL, so his take would be relevant to Ten Hag potentially going to Bayern, but I don't think that's going to happen. So where is Ten Hag going to be able to go in a few years? Bro, United, man. Guys, United is not winning the UCL, all right? And it's going to take a long time for United to potentially ever get back to where they are. There's no way. I don't even think he's going to have his job at United next year. You think he's staying, Mado? You think he's staying? Bro, I think he's getting the boot. I'll tell you this, United, this is the only way Ten Hag is keeping his job. And I'll tell you this as the board as well. Bro, if they go out and win the trophy in the FA Cup and beat Man City, which I would give them I would say percentage-wise, the chance I give them to do that is probably 7%. I'd say it's a 7% chance they go out and win. And I think probably the only 2 situations I could see is they win in penalties or they score a goal or 2 and just park the damn bus, right? That's all I can really see them doing, right? Chat would say 0.7, but that's the only way I could see him keeping his job. Who are notoriously favorites every year for the UCL? Real Madrid. Is Ten Hag ever going to go? Can you imagine Ten Hag at Real Madrid? Oh my God, can you imagine, right? Okay, so that's not going to happen. All right, so who else is a competitor? Yo, Ten Hag at Madrid. Yeah, I mean, obviously, for me, it's probably Bayern. The only other team... and that's the problem. Dortmund, I feel like this year, I mean, they're playing great, but the way I would define it in terms of a legacy over a couple years, it's a fluke run. Do any of you really believe in here that Dortmund next year is going to make this run to the UCL final again? Dude, as a betting honest man, no, right? It's probably not going to happen next year again. So the relevant teams in this competition next year, you'd probably think is Real Madrid, I personally I expect Arsenal to probably gain the experience this year and maybe make one step further. City, PSG is not going to be around. I mean, they do have a lot of core young good players, but I think without Mbappe, they're really going to miss him in some of these larger games. Nah, Pandy, this one is not real. Victor Valdes was never a great goalkeeper. Literally carried by Prime Puyol and PK. All right, Barca fans, I want to hear this one from you. If you like Barca, okay? What do you feel about that take? I'm not going to give my opinion on it because I don't think my opinion is going to be as good as your opinion. Because my perspective is that he was overall kind of mid with a couple good games. Like at times where we're like, damn, that's pretty crazy. But I don't even know what was his highest FIFA rating. Nah, he wasn't an 88. That's cap. He was average. No current young player will be considered top 10. Maybe even top 15, top 20 all time. All time? All right, don't look at this list because you're like, oh, this player is higher, this player should be lower, right? Okay, let's just say top 15, right? Let's go right here. So, all right, so who's the best young player in the world right now? And what are we defining young player? Like, is this, are we still, we're not putting Mbappe or Haaland in that anymore, are we? So you got who? Yamal, Musiala, Foden, Jude. I agree with that take. I think that's a good take. I don't think that's that controversial of a take. I don't think any of those players are going to be able to ever get close to anywhere. I don't even think they're going to be like, he said top 15, top 20. I think they might even be. You think Yamal? Yeah, we're going to have to see the next 2 years. I mean, the next 2 years with his career is going to be huge to see where he gets to because he's nasty right now. Will he get way even crazier, best in the world level crazy? We got to see where he next direction goes. He's 16 right now. No, I know he's 16. I know how crazy it is. People are genuinely saying Garnacho to get on this list. Who invited my man? Listen, bro, all those old guys played plumbers. Codex, man. All right, Adam says he never rated Salah or Saka. This one's going to be a tough one. Listen, I understand what he's saying in a way, but it's going to be tough statistically to... Yo, the come on bros are in the chats. Smartest RTFM mod. I think I understand kind of what he's getting at, but like I'm gonna have to say nah because Salah's broke so many like statistical records by now. Not in a few years, but in 3 weeks, Dortmund will lift the UCL. All right, percentage of the chat. Percentage of the chat that thinks Dortmund can win the UCL. Percentage against Real Madrid. What percent do you guys give Dortmund to win this game? I gave Manchester United a 7% chance to beat Man City in the FA Cup final. I respectfully would have to give them a little higher chance in this game. Probably. So I'll say like I'll give them like 13%, which means that out of 10 times, obviously Real Madrid will probably win it almost 9 times. Probably like 15 to 20, somewhere in there is good too for me. You think 40%? You think 40%? Not after losing 3-0 to Heinz Ketchup. Nah, but to be fair, man, look at who they. Hold on a second. Come on, like look at who they. Come on, man, like Mukoko started. Jackson will actually become an elite level striker. Okay, so elite level would have to be like top 5 in the league for me, probably. So I don't necessarily initially disagree with that take. I don't. It's not like I say no to it right away. But let's think about other strikers in the league that are going to be around for a little bit. I don't think Haaland is going to be here in a few years. So who does that leave us with? Isak? Watkins? OMG, he's awful. Bro can't score. How will he be elite? Yo, guess who's back next year, chat? Vardy. Jamie Vardy, man. Let's go. Now we see people who don't watch football look at Jackson's stats. No, but it's not. But then there's the other side to it that people will say to you, like, you just look at stats. Dill says he's 100% starting. The old manager who's responsible for him not starting at the World Cup. He has been starting for international qualifiers performing. That's what I'm saying, bro. I've been keeping tabs with them. Haaland is not a clutch person whatsoever. Ghosts in every big game. You should give me like a rundown. That's not a bad take either. That's not a bad take. But I'll tell you this, man. Can I tell you this? Because if you look at that position all around the world, I'm just going to put this defense out there for you. How many other 9s that you thought were Ballon d'Or level statistical gods went into big games and fucking sucked, right? We could talk about so many, bro. I'll tell you about Lewandowski and how many big games he never even was a part of it. And a lot of the reason is that in these big games, dude, the amount of clear-cut chances these guys get, we could say Aguero in the UCL. We could say there's one exception, I would say, to this position. You guys probably know who I'm talking about. He's very recent, too, with just going crazy in big games, right, in the 9 position. But Harry Kane, it's the same. Like, all these guys are insane. Yeah, Benzema for me was like a guy that somehow in these games. But I'll tell you, this is the difference between Benzema and Kane and Haaland and Lewandowski. Benzema, a lot of the time, bro, to go out and get the ball in these big games, a lot of the ways he was producing was he sometimes would go out to the wing a lot more than these guys would just say central. It's just, he's not really, I wouldn't say he's the same player as those guys. Ain't no way someone said Spurs is winning the league. Yeah, they're not. Mudryk will be one of the best wingers in the world. All right, let's talk about Mudryk a little bit. So Kurt has said, I believe Kurt has been on receipt saying that he believes Mudryk will win a Ballon d'Or one day. I think that's what he said. All right? No, bro is not ass, but we do have to give him time because he is one of the fastest players in the world. All right? And he does have moments where he is great. So we're going to have to give him some time, chat. Although he is 23. Now then, he's only 1 year younger than Antony. And he's 1 year older than Saka. I love Mudryk's talent. I just feel like he really wanted to go to Arsenal. That's what you feel like. Excuse me! Fast will not make you a baller. So what was overall this take here? Mudryk will be one of the best wingers in the world. Harvey Elliott is near the same level as Phil Foden. Oh, that's... Oh. How do you feel about that one? Listen, there's the version of Harvey Elliott that like is in that edit sometimes and he's going crazy. But then there's the other version, right? And I feel like Foden doesn't have that as much. Chelsea would win a league title before Arsenal and Liverpool within the next 6 years. Bro, I'm going to be honest with you, chat. I hate Arsenal. Like, I hate Arsenal. I hate everything about the club. I hate how Henry is too cocky to ever acknowledge Ronaldo the way he should because he's mad that Ronaldo cooked him. The fans drive me crazy. There is no way that we can sit here and not show respect to what Arsenal is doing, bro. They're going to win, man, especially they're going to win before Liverpool in the next 6 years. There's no way. I can't see that, man. That take, I can't get with that one. No way. No, Henry, there's a part of the Arsenal fan base brand that I don't like because Henry has never respected Cristiano Ronaldo for some fucking reason. You can see it. Every time he has asked about Ronaldo, he's totally always dissing him, bro. It's one thing to be competitive. Then it's another thing to be ignorant, bro. Respect Cristiano, man. He's a GOAT. Harry Kane, although a nice guy, has absolutely no right to be in the Ballon d'Or conversation in 2024. I agree. No conversation for him. Stunk it up in the Bundesliga with his team. They got second by like 10 points or whatever. No Champions League. I don't care statistically. The only way I could give him this is dependence on the Euro. If he gets like, he's the reason they're winning and they do win. I mean, but then again, right? He's not going to be in a conversation because guess what happens when England wins the Euro? You already know who's winning the Ballon d'Or. So there's not even a chance for him this year. It's impossible. Oh, this is a good one. Grealish is not an under-average player. Grealish is a good player that has unfortunately lost a lot of his attacking creativity and confidence due to playing in a system with a bunch of insanity of ballers and a style. If you watch this guy before he went there, he was insane. So I can't say that. I can't agree with this one. He definitely needs some more freedom for the way he's trying to go out there and play. But maybe the take is that when he was presented in a certain system, he couldn't adapt, and for that, he's an under-average player. Yeah, nah, bro was cooking at Villa. Like, for real, he was going crazy. I agree with you, though. It's been very frustrating watching Grealish over the previous, like, year or two, just from knowing what he was doing before. Mbappe's UCLs at Madrid will be valid, or will it be like when KD joined the Warriors? Ooh, that's a good one, bro. Oh, man. That's a good one. What do you think, chat? What's your take on that? I like that. That's a good question, to be honest, to talk about. I don't think, like, even at the end of the day with KD and the Warriors, I don't think it's easy to win a championship no matter what. So, like, even a UCL, I think, is incredibly challenging no matter who you have. I think it's hard every year no matter what the team, but I see what you're saying. Nah, if you think we are the Warriors right now, you're tweaking. Yeah, also that's the other realistic comparison I would say, Crime. I don't necessarily agree with that because of how Madrid are dealing with like how they're playing and how they're lining up and how the players are just positionally and everything. It's like it's kind of a different footy is so much harder to win than NBA because more players. The refs have more influence than Mbappe. Here we go with the refs. By the way, if you look anywhere on social media since that Madrid UCL match, bro, the amount of people about the refs, it's insane. Is that Estevao will be the next Neymar, even better than Endrick. Well, I don't personally think Endrick is going to be better than Neymar. Estevao? Estevao? He sent me this. He sent AS. I'm going to copy paste what he sent me. He's so good. This dude? 17 years old. This out of this world wonder kid. More skill than Endrick. Messi comparison. Chelsea set to break record with a 65 mil bid. Of course, Chelsea, bro.